What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with kind of an Idle Heroes video. Interesting. I don't know how to really put this, but we need to have a talk because it does seem like there is a part of our community, and I've had a lot of conversations over the past 2 days talking about gacha games in general, and especially how pay to win they are. And I think you guys know, at least those of you who watched the good majority of our videos, I like to say have fun your own way. Don't always have like the end all be all of having fun in the game, of just being the most competitive possible. Try to find a way to have fun, because let's be honest, games that are gacha games, especially mobile gacha games, are some of the most expensive games, and it really gets to the point why I say DH games value anytime we are talking about anything that you're going to spend in game, special bonus packs, weekly packs, things like that, is because you really have to know your budget when it comes to playing games like this. Yes, the biggest thing I'll say is, why would anybody want to spend $200 on something when you could buy 4 AAA title games? Well, I think there's a lot of things that go into that. Number one being, a lot of us that are now older, because I think you guys probably know, I've said it multiple times on the channel as well, is that the good majority of our viewer base here is between the ages of 24 and 45. That's a very much older crowd than I know MK has. His biggest demographic is his like 13 to 18 year olds. Here, you guys that watch me, I mean, you're kind of like me, probably around the same age, in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s. You don't really have time to game much anymore. But what you do have is potentially a successful career. You have money to spend. You'd rather spend that money to try to get a little bit of an edge, because you can't invest 8 hours a day gaming anymore. I know I can't. I used to play World of Warcraft for 8 to 10 hours a day. I used to grind on Overwatch for hours. I used to play StarCraft 2. If you guys can't tell, I was a big Blizzard fanboy in the past. I just can't do that anymore. But know what I can do is I can spend some money to do it. Now, is that healthy environment? No, it is not. Because spending in gacha games and even other games that have loot boxes, like Call of Duty, Overwatch, all those types of games, everybody's kind of going to this more aggressively monetized gaming model where it's a free-to-play game, but they're going after the people who want to spend money to try to be competitive in the way that they see fit. And it's kind of a sad thing to see, because rarely it feels like anymore that you get like an entire game just for like X amount of dollars. But at the same time, you have a lot more free-to-play games. I mean, let's be honest, back in the day, there were not free-to-play games. They didn't exist. The reason why nowadays free-to-play games exist is because big spenders will basically float 10,000 players in their one spending is the same as if spending like across 100 to 200 to 300 people buying a game outright. You get more exposure because, again, it's free to play. Anybody can just download a mobile game or anything like that, a Steam game, something like that. And they try to get you, a lot of games get you with skins, which I'm not against skin loot boxes. Those are purely cosmetic. They do not affect the gameplay to free to play. And then we got games like this, the gacha games, that are really just hammering you down for spending money. Pop-up packs everywhere. Is it an aggressive cycle? Yes. Is it an addiction? Absolutely. I know for a while there, when I started gacha games, I had a bit of an addiction, and it ended up having me to say, whoa, stop, we're not spending anymore. Then I eventually started making content, so spending is more like an investment for content, stuff like that. And of course, I do it so you guys don't have to. One of the biggest reasons why I started this channel is because I had stuff that people wanted to build but couldn't build, because let's be honest, back in the day, even on Idle Heroes, it was expensive to build a scary army. Like, it was not very smart to go for that, but I did it. And why do I build every hero every time it comes out? So you guys don't have to. You don't have to waste your hard-earned money if you're like, I really like this hero, but is it really worth it? I try to show you guys and be the guinea pig, I guess you'd say, and be the example of, is it worth building? Because at the end of the day, Idle Heroes is expensive. It's not even close to being the most expensive gacha game. Other games I've played like AFK Arena are more expensive, ridiculously more expensive to max out heroes. Genshin Impact, if you want to max a hero, it's ludicrous. I mean, it's to the point today you can spend $500 for a new hero. $500 is a lot of money. It also depends on where you live in the world because, of course, me being in the US, little easier to have a higher income so you can afford these things. I know all you guys in Australia, you shouldn't be buying anything in any game like Idle Heroes because you're getting really screwed on the conversion rates. I'm rambling. I know I'm rambling. I just have so many thoughts I wanted to talk about today. You're not going to see any gameplay, sorry, but I just felt like I had to get this off my chest. If you guys do have a spending problem, because I see on Reddit all the time, people like, I spent $10,000 on this game. I told my wife, now I'm in trouble and all this. It's like the best way to play games like this. Number one, honestly, I have some of the most fun on my free-to-play accounts. You guys have seen that. I start them over and over and over and keep playing the early game because it's so much fun. But number two is have fun your way. Make your own goals. Make your own fun. Don't be like, well, I have to be top in arena. I have to be top of leaderboard. It's like, no, set reasonable, realistic goals. I'm never going to compete with those whales, and therefore, I'm not going to waste my money trying to, because your money is never going to catch up to those tippy-top hossy fossies out there that just spend ridiculous amounts of money. Don't try to be them. Be your own player, have your own fun. That's how I have fun in these games. I have my meme teams. Now, I do spend money and quite a bit on the game, but that's to accelerate that process to show you guys something fun, like the Bleed meme team. It's something you guys would probably love to build, but you really can't without spending money or spending a whole year trying to build a whole team. So that's why I do it. I try to be not an example, because people keep saying that I am promoting the spending and the addictions and everything, and it's actually the complete opposite. I'm trying to show you guys what it would be like, and I try to ask you questions and get your guys' input on the accounts we're doing, so it feels like you're playing as well. I'm just piloting it essentially for you. You get to feel like you're part of the experience of building the meme team, making some decisions, stuff like that. That's truly what I'm trying to do, because I know gacha games is essentially a gambling and addiction, and it is a very, very, very dangerous thing because you're not actually seeing your money disappear. You see a pop-up pack, you're like, $50, all right, I'll do it. $50 here. It adds up insanely fast. I know it. I do it on any new gacha games I play, but again, it's an investment for me because I make content based on that stuff. You guys out there are just kind of maybe feeling some regret afterwards. So the biggest thing I want to say, and I'm going to put a link in the description, if you feel like you are having an addiction issue, because I had the same feeling too at one point. If you feel like you have an addiction issue with hitting that button, trying to get the hero copies you need, you're trying to gamble essentially, I'm going to put a link in the description to the gambling addiction website that I've seen before. It's literally no different than gambling. It really isn't. And I hope there's some of you, I know there's some of you out there probably watching this right now. You're like, I think Barry is literally talking about me right now. If you are spending too much money in the game, just stop. Just stop. Even if you think you can afford it, the best way to go about this is try to make a budget for yourself. And honestly, do not impulse spend on games like this, because it can be very, very toxic and very, very detrimental to your real life. Food, money, investments, saving for the future, all those things. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I just kind of had to get this one off my chest. I know this is not something I normally do, but I felt like we needed to have a talk and make sure everybody was on the same page. I do not support spending money, ridiculous amounts of money in this game, especially for the average person. Now, if you're very well off and it's your decision to do it, I'm not going to tell you no. You spend your money how you want to. I used to be into cars. I mean, I got a car in the garage that I spent way too much money on, and I got zero investment out of it. But you know, when I have the money for it, it's worth my, I guess you'd say, happiness. Now, you're buying digital stuff here. A little different, but it's still the same thing. Spend the money the way you want to, but make sure you're not spending money that you can't afford to. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Make sure you take 1 second, hit that subscribe button. Definitely leave a comment down below and let me know how you feel about this topic as well, because I'm sure everybody has an opinion. I'll see you guys next time.